if we have two population and the population parameters of the two populations are unknown to us, then we can estimate them from the information contained in the sample. Let us suppose that we are following a non-parametric procedure in order to compare the two population medians. Then we are assuming that the population median for the first population as well as for the second population is unknown to us. So in order to solve this problem, we will be using the median test, that is a non-parametric approach to test the equality of two medians, population medians that are unknown to us. So students, before understanding that how the median test would work when the population medians are unknown to us, the first thing we need to look at is the assumptions. So we would have to see that what type of assumptions are required to follow the median test. The first assumption is that the data consist of two independent random samples. That means the first random sample is to be drawn from the first population and the second random sample is to be drawn from the second population. Then we are assuming that for the first sample that we have drawn from the first population, the population median is unknown and we denote it by mx. Whereas the second sample is from the population, from the second population, and it has the unknown population median that may be denoted by my. Now the next assumption is that the measurement scales are at least ordinal. That means if we are talking about the categories under that data, so they must be at least measured onto the ordinal scale, or they may be measured onto the interval or ratio scale. The third assumption, that is the next assumption before applying the median test, we would have to check with the data, is that the variable of interest, it has to be continuous. Whereas the last assumption is that the two populations, they must follow the same shape. So if they are of different shapes, we cannot apply the median test. Now students, once we have fulfilled all the assumptions of the median test with the two data sets, now you will have to learn the procedure for applying the median test to test the equality of two medians. And you know that before applying any test, we will have to outline the steps required to follow the testing procedure. So students, step number 1 जो हम follow करने जाएंगे, क्योंकि हमारे दोनों population medians की assumption हम test करने जा रहे हैं for the population. So the pair of hypotheses will be H0 mx equal to my, whereas mx was the median, population median for the first population, whereas my was the population median for the second population. The alternative hypothesis to that is that both of them are not equal. Then the next step is alpha, level of significance. Step number 3 is test statistic. Now students, as we were talking about two independent samples, so students, in independent samples में से आपने सबसे पहले उन samples को combine करना है to form them one single sample, और उसके बाद जब आपने उनको arrange कर लिया, combine करने के बाद दोनों samples को, you have arranged those sample observations from the smallest value to the largest value, तो उसमें से आपने median calculate करना है. So that means median of combined sample of n1 plus n2 is to be calculated. The next thing you would have to do is कि आपने एक contingency table draw करना है. Students, ये contingency table जो आपको सामने नजर आ रहा है स्क्रीन पे, इसमें कॉलम में आपको नजर आ रहा है sample. So sample number 1 and sample number 2. Whereas if you are talking about the rows, तो वहां आपको नजर आ रहा है relationship to the sample median. अब यहाँ पे relationship में स्टूडेंट्स अगर आप देखिए तो दो कैटेगरीज हैं. One, the values, the actual observations that fall above the median, and for the second case, the values, the observations that fall below the median. So students, जो values sample 1 की above the median lie करेंगी उनको we'll call as A, और sample 2 की वो values जो कि above the median fall करेंगी उनको we'll call as B. Similarly, for the sample number 1, the number of observation, total number of observations that will fall below the median, they will be named as C, और जो values sample 2 की below the median lie करेंगी उनको हम D कहेंगे. उसके बाद अगर आप कॉलम वाइज इनको टोटल करेंगे, A plus C आपको देगा टोटल नंबर ऑफ वैल्यूज इन द फर्स्ट सैंपल, और B plus D आपको देगा टोटल नंबर ऑफ वैल्यूज इन द सेकंड सैंपल. इसी तरह से आप रो टोटल्स करेंगे, A plus B and C plus D, and finally you will be getting a grand total to which we'll call as capital N. It is simply the sum of the two observations in sample 1 and sample 2 respectively. So sample 1 और sample 2 की वैल्यूज को, नंबर ऑफ वैल्यूज को जब आप ऐड करेंगे तो वो आपको कैपिटल N देगा. If the proportions above and below the median differ sufficiently from what we expect under H0, we will reject H0. So students, ये फॉलो करने के लिए आपको पहले सबसे सैम्पलिंग डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन ऑफ A and B को डिस्कस करना होगा. So सैम्पलिंग डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन ऑफ A and B, जहाँ A हमारी वो वैल्यू सी that fall above the median for sample 1, और B हमारी वो वैल्यू सी that fall above the median for sample 2. So sampling distribution of A and B under H0 is hypergeometric distribution. अब hypergeometric distribution को टैकल करने के लिए स्टूडेंट्स आपके पास दो मेथडोलॉजीज हैं. नंबर 1, you can follow the hypergeometric distribution tables. That the procedure will actually be tedious. So वो उसको उन values को locate करना आपके लिए मुश्किल होगा. Whereas as far as you know that hypergeometric distribution is approximated by the binomial distribution under certain regularity conditions. जबकि आपकी जो binomial distribution है students, that will follow the normal distribution when NP and NQ are greater than 5. So students, अगर आपका N जो कि आपका total sample size है, whereas P is the probability of success, तो अगर आप N और P को multiply करें और उनको multiply करने के बाद आपका आंसर greater than 5 आए, that means your binomial distribution will be approximated by the normal distribution. So if this condition is satisfied with your data set, then you can apply a test statistic that is based on normal approximation to the binomial. So students, that test is denoted as T, और इसको calculate करने के लिए you require A, B, N1, N2 and P hat. जबकि A यहाँ क्या है students, as I've explained earlier, A है वो values sample 1 की जो कि आपके मीडियन से ग्रेटर हैं, जबकि B आपकी वो वैल्यूज हैं सैंपल 2 की वो ऑब्जर्वेशंस हैं जो कि आपके मीडियन से ग्रेटर हैं. सिमिलरली N1 and N2 are respectively the sample sizes for the two kind of samples. Where what is P? P hat students, it is the pooled estimate of the sample 1 and sample 2. इसको कैलकुलेट करने के लिए आप फॉर्मूला यूज करेंगे A plus B divided by N, where A is the total number of values that fall above the median for sample 1, B are the total number of values that fall above the median for sample 2, capital N is the sum of N1 plus N2. जब आप दो सैंपल्स को ऐड करते हैं सैंपल साइजेस को तो आपको कैपिटल N मिलता है. स्टेप 4, the calculation based on this T test statistic. Step number 5 is critical region. So students, if your T modulus, जो कि आपने अभी calculate किया, if it is greater than Z alpha by 2, क्योंकि ये normal distribution को follow कर रहा है, then we will have to reject H naught. Where what is alpha by 2? As you know, that we divide alpha by 2 for the two-tailed test, and we are talking about a two-tailed test. So if your T value with the modulus sign students आप क्यों use करते हैं? आपकी negative value और positive value दोनों को इकट्ठे आप modulus sign, जो कि एक mathematics का function है, उसको use करके आप लिख सकते हैं T modulus calculated greater than equal to Z alpha by 2. इसका ये मतलब है आपके पास कि minus Z alpha by 2 is less than T and that is less than Z alpha by 2. So इसको combinedly आप लिख सकते हैं as if T alpha by 2 modulus greater than Z alpha by 2, then reject H naught, and then on the basis of step 4 and 5, you will have to conclude your results.